Hi, I'm Raquel, and this is Law Librarian Plans. Today, I am going to be setting up my social media spread for the week of October 8th. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're back watching another video, welcome back. Let's get started. So I've selected the Bookworm Volume 4 by Rong Rong. Has that moody Harry Potter-esque vibe. It's not Harry Potter, it's Bookworm. And then some extra boxes from the Autumn and Winter sticker book collection that we're going to need to finish up this spread. So let's get to the place where our social spread would be. And as usual, we're going to take those pages out. It's a little bit easier to maneuver and to work this out while we do this. You can see here where I am for this week. So let's go ahead and set up our pages. And I think we're in good shape now. So yeah, so here we go. Now that we're in October, I'm full on fall and enjoying all the fall sticker books. Fall is my favorite season and I have a ton of the books, so I try to get them used. So let's get started. I'm thinking here if perhaps how I'm going to decorate this. I love that girl with the cape. But I want to make sure, as usual, that I've given myself enough room to do the things. And let me think. So I absolutely love this sticker. This sticker looks what they call a barrister bookcase. So lawyers, once upon a time, used to have these magnificent wooden bookcases where they kept their books and they had doors. But the thing is that of course this was back when a lawyer really did not need a ton of books, so they had a smaller collection of law books in their offices. Now, of course, well, not now, almost no books in their offices, but books really proliferated pretty quickly, and so that kind of went out of fashion. We actually received one as a donation in my library, which I'm super excited about. I'm hoping someday to actually, we're trying to curate something to put in it because it is a special, really a special thing that we got. It has some historical significance, the one that we have. So, but anyway, that just brought back memories, those beautiful, beautiful bookcases. I like that sticker. I'm just trying to think because this, as you saw on the previous page for my this week's spread, this is a fairly functional spread, but it also has to have a little bit of joy. So let me start. Let me think. Oh, I'm trying to decide here where to take this and what direction to take. I love that. Look at that. That's beautiful. Um, but that would pretty much take up all this space, and I can't give up that much functional space. The same thing for this girl. So let me think how I can make this work. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of those girls and she's going to be standing here on that side. In fact, exactly what I'm going to do. This girl with the book who's so immersed in her book that we can't see her face. She is going to go to that corner on the bottom. And we'll get her right here like so. Oops. Trying to get her to make sure that she fits in the space, which I know she does, but there we go. So we're not popping off half of her, elbow or something like that. Okay, she looks great right there. And then let me think what else I can do. I think I'm going to use smaller elements. Um, I can't really resist this one though. So I think I'm going to use this sticker right here. I'm going to see if I can get another one of this book because I love this book. I think that sticker is going to go here. It fits very well in that space and it does not affect, whoops. Yeah, it fits great in that space except for the fact that the girl is there. Oh, all right. Yeah, we live, we learn, we peel very slowly. So I know there's such a thing as undo, but as I've said in other of my videos, I'm not a big fan of extra chemicals. Um, I use them, don't get me wrong. I need them. Cleaning, I use chemicals for cleaning, some. But I try not to bring extra stuff into my house if I don't have to. All right, so now let's put it down here because this is where it belongs. This is where I should have known that it belongs without getting in the way of the girl. And because the sticker actually has an opaque background, the lines are, well, somewhat opaque. You can't really see the lines, so I'm not going to white them out like I normally would. So I think that's perfect. They're, the girl, her books, her owl, and other things. Now let's see what we can do on the other side. As much as I love all those other things, I don't want to put too much stuff on the other side. So I'm just looking through this book and seeing what smaller elements we have here. We have bookstores, but that kind of takes away that Harry Potterish vibe. And then we start getting into the you know book planner kind of elements. So this is the same element that you see there. A few boxes. There's a few boxes here too. Um, Here's another girl. Oh, that's fun. All right, let me think about this a little bit more. Let me start putting down some of our functional elements before I get too far down this track. So I think what I'll do is see if I can go to the pages that have. Okay, so here we are. This is that purplish color that we see here. So I think this is a good set to be working from. And let's see what we have. Okay, trying to sort of break the spine a little bit so that I can see what we have to play with. And it's not much of that purple. I was kind of hoping to find a box like that. So let's see if in another, oh, here we go. We have a double box. We have a lined box. And then not much else of that pretty purple. There's dark blue, which may or may not work. I think it does. There's some girls with skirts, dark blue skirts. But the purple really is what I wanted. So, all right, there's a lot of green. Green is good. Let me put some more decorative elements because right now I'm kind of lost. I'm stuck on that purple and there's more I can probably do. So let's see. So here we have this beautiful book. I think this would be a good one to include. So here I'm going to put this one on this box. And then we'll put the functional element for Thursday on the box below it. Then we have a stack of books. That's perfect item to put down here. And then we'll put functional element above. So I sometimes stagger them like I'm doing here, and sometimes I will actually put them all across one of the rows. And I think that usually, it can work pretty well. I think I'm going to take this tall bookcase because it's narrow, and I'm going to use it on this column and then put the functional box on top. There's just about enough room to fit a functional box there. Perfect. And then we want another decorative element there. Getting a little bit too many of the books almost, but that's what seems to be the thing. Now I can get away with this, so I will, which is I'm going to include another girl with her nose in a book. That would have been me growing up. That's the girl with the nose in the books. And it's a good thing I didn't have to, travel, be in the city, because I would have been that kid who would have, probably gotten in an accident not paying attention to where my nose was, what I was doing. But I like her. She looks cute. She's like just peeking out from her little glasses. All right. We have room for more decorative stuff, but for now we're good. We're gonna start placing some of those boxes, and now I have a little bit more direction as to what I want to do. So let me take a look at my reference of what's getting posted when. And I think on Tuesday we want to have a nice big box. And I think this box right here is actually a pretty decent color. I kind of like this color better, but I think this is going to work. So we're going to put this big box on Tuesday. And I'm going to put it right here, like so. Maybe a little bit more centered if I can. All right, so that's Tuesday. Then on Monday, I want to put maybe I want to pull out this one of those paler colors. And there's like some golds and browns and things like that in here as well. I keep forgetting that the boxes that are here are not as versatile, as much as I love them, as some of other books that have boxes. So I get then stuck with, okay, so what's the box that fits? And that's the right color. I think I'm going to go with a brown, this brown color right here. Put it right over here, like so. That's good. Then here, I'd love to put a purple one, but I don't have a purple one that's small enough. I have solid purple ones. So we will see what we can do. I don't even have a circular one. A circular one would be good there. So what I can do, what happened there? Huh, it's a weird misprint kind of issue. I can, and I will do a little bit of sticker surgery on this one. So this one, yes, it's damaged. So I'm going to go ahead and figure out where I want my sticker and how big I want it to be. I think I want it there. I'm going to cut a straight line because I'm going to stick it right here. I don't want it necessarily next to the box. So I'm going to stick it right here. It's not in the way of the flowers either. Ugh. Maybe I can put it a little bit straighter. That would be helpful. All right, so we're going to take that there. And then I'm going to take the end of it, which is actually in decent shape. And I'm cutting it off camera only because I want to be able to look at it very closely. And then I'm going to take that piece. I'm going to apply it here to finish off that box. And that gives me a functional box. It's the right color, the right size. So that's pretty good. Then here, I want to put like a wine color, pulling that wine color from the floral. So let's see if I can find a box in that wine color. What's happening on Thursday? All right, Thursday I can use a smaller box. So let's see if we can find the wine color. Yeah. So, oh wow, that's beautiful. See, there's a small green box there. That would have been good. It's either tiny, tiny or big square. There's no in between there. Yeah, tiny, tiny or a big square. Huh. All right. Let's just look a few more pages. Oh, wait. No, it's not the same color. It's this vibrant wine color is what I want. So we're going to do another sticker surgery maybe. It does not need to be that big. And this time, instead of cutting the edge, I'm just going to take the whole sticker and I'm going to slap it on top of the sticker. And oops, nope, except I didn't do it very well. So you can't see what I'm doing. I'm doing it off camera so I can see the lines. Right now, that's the struggle, is to get the lines, everything aligned properly. All right, and then now I'm going to put that sticker here, like so. And yeah, that's good. Okay. So see, it's not aligned properly because you can see the edge of the extra sticker sticking out. So bear with me while I straighten the other one. There we go. I just didn't straighten it out properly. Here, we're going to put it right there. Stick it out like so. It's still visible, but at this point, we're going to just leave it alone. All right, so that's the left side is done functionally and decoratively. We still have to do the top, but We're going to go ahead and keep going on the other side because this is beautiful, but it kind of feels very bare up here. So we're going to find first a box, and I want a brown box, but I want a bigger brown box if I can find one. Oh, that's bigger. Okay. I'm going to use one of those. And I think I want it here, and I want to put something on top of it if I can find something decorative that I like. So let's go back to our Wrong book. And here, what can we use? That is small enough. The phrase bookworm on top. Dude, that's not bad. Bookworm. Let's see. Oops. That sticker that says bookworm. Yeah, I like that. That's perfect. Bookworm. Now here, since we already have a decorative element, we can just put a box there. So we're going to go back and see. I didn't even look. No, Friday is fine. Thursday is fine. Friday is fine. Saturday can be any size box. And since I'm going to put it down here, okay, let me find a box in this book. And I really want that green, that pretty green color. So I think I'm going to use, what did I see? There we go. Maybe not. Yeah, unfortunately, that pretty green color is not available in a. Maybe we'll stack them or something. I don't know. All right, so now here, this pretty green color, I really like. Go here, like so. I'm going to put a decorative element on top because now that box looks very bare. I think I saw a couple things that I liked. And then last but not least, Sunday. And Sunday actually does not need anything. So I wonder if I can get something big to fit in that space. So that's so great. I mean, it's sort of exciting, isn't it? Breaking the rules. Hermione, my girl. I don't want to put more words next to the words. So perhaps what we'll do is we will put another bookish element next to on Saturday. So next to the Friday bookworm kind of dealio. And since I don't really want to accept, nope, that's not going to happen. That's not going to work. I could put that bookcase there. Well, or something shorter to take up those two spaces. And the reason I said I'm not posting next Sunday, so that's why I know I can put something there that's bigger than normal and be okay. So now this bookcase is great, but it has that same girl in front of it. And I don't want to put a girl next to another girl. So that kind of kills that idea. Maybe I'll put one of the bookstores because why not? So we're going to put, we have all this room between this one and this one. I kind of like the style of this one better, but I kind of like the moody kind of late vibes of this one. So I think I'm going to go with this one. And what I thought I wasn't going to do is exactly what works here because I have the room to do it. Okay. Look at that. All right. So we have decorated the spread. So now the next thing I need to do is to do my functional piece, which is on the top of the page, or the last functional piece rather. And for that, I hope I'm going to have dots that are somewhat kind of sort of going to go in with the other dots. So I pulled up this book, Dots and Checklists from Kelva Plan. I don't have the one from Wrong. I kind of wish I did right now, but I don't. So I'm going to work with what I got. So let's see. None of these colors come remotely close to that brownish color, or to any of my colors, really. So we're going to have to sort of make it up as we go along. Oh, no. I was wrong. They are brownish colors. Okay. So this is a really good book. Um, so we're going to grab, I think, this color. So that mediumish, either the mediumish or the darkish. Let's see, the slightly darker one, how it compares. Oh no, that darker one is the one. All right, so we're going to put a darker one here. And since now we know it's the darker one, we can grab another one because this is a similar color, if not the same. It's probably not the same. I was trying to. Yep. Oh, not even close. So this is more of a chocolatey kind of color. So it doesn't help me for that end. So let's see if there's another range of browns. And the answer is no. So I'll have to find a brown sticker to go there. But let's move on to the greens. Oops, no, let's move on to the lilacs or purples. And that fabulous color. I'm going to go back to that boxes, but I don't think the boxes book has, it has, what do you call them? Checklists, but it doesn't have dots. So I think I'm going to be getting stuck in this mode, trying to match up colors. There's the lighter colors and the darker colors. And I think this darker color works. So we're going to use that one. We still have the problem with the purple, which we're gonna skip for now. Then we also have the problem of the wine, because the wine color here I don't think is dark enough. Actually, that's pretty good. Funny how your eyes play tricks on you. And then the lighter green is the other question. And I don't know if this one is a good one. It's a little bit not quite right. But this book has so many green stickers. Did I get that from here? That's the same as that. So I wonder if this, that's very pale. I don't think it's too bright. Yeah, that's a bright green. So I have also the Mojo Jojo Plans dot stickers. So I may turn to that and see if one of those works. And let's see if this color, which is a tad darker, I think, or is it exactly the same? It is exactly the same. You know what? We're going to go with that. It's far enough apart that I can fool myself into thinking that it's something. I think I'm going to put a quote there. So bear with me for 1 second while I grab a Mojo Jojo Plans dot book. There's a couple of them, so I'm going to grab all three, not the rainbow one. So maybe the volume 2. The volume 2 has some interesting tones. In fact, there's a purplish one right here. My pages have I've abused this poor book. I think one of these, now the church bells are going. So I hope you're if you like church bells, you're hearing that. And if you hate church bells, sorry about that. But that purple, I think, works very nicely. And then I'm going to look for the chocolate brown. Yep, we have a chocolatey brown, probably too dark, but this one isn't. And it's a chocolate brown. Let's see where it is. That's actually pretty good. Look at that. We might manage to find colors, dots in all the colors exactly the way I wanted them. Look at that. It's almost as if I planned it, which I didn't. Whoops. So we're going to finish off this spread with a couple more things. I am going to choose one of these quotes. I think I'm going to use the smaller one. I'm not going to use the breaking the rules one because I kind of have a plan for that at some point. So we're going to take this. I think that's perfect for Sunday. Not even centered, but that's okay. And then all we need really is one functional box for here for the things, sort of the checklist for the week. And for that, we're going to see what we have. We have that dark green, which I really like, but let's see. I don't use these tall boxes enough, so I have my pick of the whole book. But is there a color that I like? That's the question. There's a dark chocolate brown, which would work. Okay, let's go back to the end of the book. Ah, that green. I love that green color. I have a thing for that green color. That gray is not bad. This is where my indecision comes in. That's sort of the brown. Not in love with that brown. The darker brown. I kind of wanted something a little bit brighter rather than one of the dark colors. But I may be stuck with one of the dark colors unless I can find a box in a different color, which would be dark too, but at least it would not be like a brown. All right, I can deal with just a smaller box. So we're going to do that. And we're going to take a quick peek before we call it a day just to make sure that we're in good shape. I don't want it that low. Okay. Let the girl have some room. Yeah, that's the right tone. It sort of brightens up the whole thing. So I think we are good to go. So once again, this is my social media spread for the week of October 6th. Used the Bookworm sticker book by Rong Rong, as well as the Autumn and Winter box sticker collection. And then I pulled in some dots from Kelva Plan and Mojo Jojo Plans to get the colors matching-ish the boxes. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of my videos, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.